Okay, so I guess for some reason my stream is in landscape. That's kind of all right. I'm not mad about it, but I wasn't expecting that. So all right, let me just adjust my phone mounting here. Hopefully without fucking up my. Oh, there we go. Hopefully without fucking up my stream. There we go. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. But here we are. Welcome, folks. I'm gonna give folks a chance to find the stream. I know that scheduling has been really touch and go. I did have this stream scheduled for 4 p.m. Earlier today, but I don't know if YouTube fucked it up or like rescheduled it because it does that all the time. I can't schedule a stream without it randomly changing it, even if I don't open the app at all. And for this stream, I'm in landscape, and I at no point selected landscape setting. So I guess we'll see how this stream goes. All right, what's up, Riverbaits? We got top 10 shittiest things. I don't know, whatever the title is. Worst things. I'm not that kind of streamer. I'm just kidding. We're gonna do a rapid fire top 10 with the top of the line graphics team. I don't know. I'm gonna hold your attention for an entire hour and bitch about things that suck about being trans. Because a lot of people, you know, they put out videos about what it's like being trans, like positive stuff like that. It's not all positive. Sometimes it just sucks, or it's like just weird and awkward. So yeah, I'm gonna let folks find the stream here. We got 16 folks in chat. That's interesting. Yeah, I was going for vertical stream, but we'll see how it goes. Step right up. Come on in. Hey, what's up, Justin Mom? Truth is the troll says I love your song about seeing the Arctic shore. That's awesome, man. It's a good classic Cornelius track. How's everybody doing? How's your day going? Sorry I didn't get a chance to stream yesterday. What's up, Terry? Hey, this is cool though. Since it's not in vertical, we won't have to deal with so many trolls today. I was not looking forward to dealing with all of the trolls that would be coming in for a trans theme live stream. So it's actually good. Spam King says you're cool as fuck. Love your content. Thank you. Thanks, man. Hold on one sec. I think yeah, I'm gonna see about getting some coffee or something. All right. Actually, I don't need coffee. I've got this here. All right. Who's all in the chat? Come on and show yourself. Say hi. Wave if you are new to my streams. And send me your favorite emoji if you're not new to the streams, if you're a regular. Hey, what's up, Tara Weidman? Nice to see you. Fuck yeah. I'm actually gonna... This is one of those things that kind of sucks about being trans, is having to deal with weekly or bi-weekly injections. It's not the worst thing, but it is definitely like a thing. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. It took me a while to get used to it. But you know, once you get accustomed to it, it's like really not a huge deal. It's kind of like the least big of a deal out of all of the things that go with being trans. How many trans people do we have in chat today? Say hey if you're a trans person. You don't have to if you don't want to out yourself, but you know, Just get an idea of who's all in the chat. Alright, let's see. Lisa says, not new, but hello. What's up, Lisa? Terry's living the homeless anarchist life now? Okay. What's up, Roman? Daily Meander, how's it going? Chill. Hell yeah. Alright. Yeah, this is one of those, kind of the main, like, most obvious thing about being trans. Obviously, everybody knows that you gotta do your HRT shots. But there's, I mean, not everybody does that. There is, a lot of folks are on the gel. There's pros and cons to the gel, too. Whoops. And I'm not going to show you, I'm not actually going to show you the injection part because I don't want to get, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. I don't know what the rules are on that. It's not that big a deal. You get the idea anyway. But Tuesdays for me is shot day. Daily Meander says, hey, just Venmo'd. Oh, dude, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Let's take a look here. I don't want to do too much with my hands and get them all dirty right now. I believe you, though. Oh, and I see a Venmo notification. You're great, dude. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Meander. What a sweetheart. Damn, you guys are sweet. That is one of the nice things about being trans is that you meet a lot of really, really sweet people. But yeah, that's on the flip side, you meet a lot of people who feel very, very strongly about you, even though they've literally never met you before. And that's something that I deal with being a YouTube personality or whatever. Like a lot of people have a lot of very strong opinions on things that don't affect them at all whatsoever. Yeah, being visible is not always a lot of fun. Sometimes it's a lot of work. Daily Meander says, don't want to go in anywhere else. Well, shoot. That's that's really sweet. I do put a lot of money into community resources and stuff. Yeah, I do appreciate it. It won't go to waste, I promise. Alright, I'm doing my little cleanup. I did do, I uploaded a video of myself doing my tee shot on a boat while I was at sea. And that was really cool. So if you want to actually like see me do my shot, then you can watch me do it on a boat. Like, why not? But today I'm just gonna get it in. And I don't really feel the need to show it on camera. I don't want to get my stream flagged. And this is a weekly thing. All right. I usually play like a little music or something to kind of get me in the mood. Ooh, that stings. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna wait until the rubbing alcohol fully dries. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Did you know that if male clownfish live long enough, they become female? I know that there's a lot of fish and critters out there that can change their sex. Yeah, clownfish are some of those. I didn't know that it was like an age thing. with a lot of fish, it's like if there's not enough of one sex, they'll like actually physically change their sex. All right, let's try. Let's try here. Ow. It stings. I think I might have gotten like a tendon or something in there. Ow. I take an IM shot, so it's got to go deep into my muscle, which also kind of sucks. I don't have to take an IM shot, but I do for whatever reason. So I'm a psycho, I guess. Ooh, there we go. And that's it. That's one of the more obvious shitty things about being trans. You have to stab yourself with a needle once a week or once every other week. But that's, you know, it's like 10 seconds. Not a big deal. What's up, Blair? Let's see. I'm doing my stream. It's live, but fucking YouTube's been doing this stupid shit where like this stream is it doesn't do what I want it to do. It's got all these glitches. So like usually I do it in vertical lately because that's what they want me to do, but this time it started in landscape for some reason, so there's not as many people on there. But that also means there's not as many trolls. So I'm okay with that.
We got all the long form video enjoyers here on the stream.
Exactly, yeah. It's what I really wanted. Yeah, can you think of anything that sucks about being trans? And if you talk a little extra loud, that would help too, because I don't have my mics with me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess obviously when you're a little into your transition and people start perceiving you as a dude, people assume that you've been also raised and socialized.
Oh yeah, that's one that I didn't really see coming. Like,
yeah,
the way that people treat you when you start passing.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
When you start passing, because you're exactly the same as when
Mhm.
you didn't pass personality wise, but then it's like the thing you now gotta be aware of, like a woman walking down the street by herself.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to do anything like make any sudden moves or anything like that, which wasn't even a thought in my head before.
So true. Dude, yeah, like I'll pass like a lady on the street or something and kind of like code switch, so that they know that you're not like a creeper. And just be like, "Hey, girl, love your outfit. Nice top."
I get a little gay with it. I get a little queer with it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. This is my buddy Blair. He was part of the T-Boy wrestling event. I'm still at the T-Boy house, T-Boy frat house. There's a number of other trans people here right now, but I think did you just go to the gym or something?
No, I went to the post office.
Oh, that's right, the post office.
Phoenix left his glasses here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So my title is top 10 worst things about being trans. I did not write a list, and I don't even give a shit if there's like 10 things. I literally just like that's the kind of title that gets attention on YouTube. Y'all know the game. Male privilege too. That would be wild to experience. Yeah, for sure. Daily says, "What you injecting? Don't have a clue." Oh, really? That's testosterone, buddy. That's hormones. Well, I don't. My channel isn't like a trans-centered channel, so
that's even better.
Yeah. So I get a lot of people that just like that. They just genuinely have no idea. Like they know me because I'm an adventurer and I do all sorts of stuff. But so like my channel has been a lot of people's introduction to trans stuff. Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. Just a mom says HRT. That's right. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know. That's the good shit. That's the boy juice. Oh man. Yeah, it's kind of nice not having a bunch of trolls in here. Usually my vertical streams, like not yesterday, day before yesterday, I had like 130 people in chat, and most of them were annoying. So I'm not mad about this.
A small little gathering of family.
Yeah, it's all the regulars. What was the other? Oh yeah, we were talking about chasers. Chasers are really annoying. That can be really awkward too. And just like, I guess finding the way that you want to be in a relationship with people as you kind of change and become more yourself and learn more about yourself. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Is like, um, I don't really know. I don't really know what I want in a relationship or if I want anything at all. And
Sometimes I feel like I'm asexual or something.
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's confusing, but I mean, I guess with chasers, like it's like hard, like where's the line between someone who just likes you and someone who's
yeah,
maybe a little too into fetishizing
right,
certain aspects of your body or the concept of
yeah,
taking testosterone and medically transitioning.
yeah. It's like once it starts getting into like once it's obviously a fetishized kind of thing, like I just can't. Like it's one thing to be curious, I guess, and like maybe ignorant but supportive. Like that's one thing and totally cool. And I kind of experience like sort of align with my channel too because there are a lot of supporters and a lot of people that appreciate what I do, but I definitely don't want to be like tokenized in any way, and that's kind of why I keep my channel just kind of like about me and not like any particular aspect about my life. But yeah, chasers are a thing that can be really really awkward. Um, and if you get in too deep with somebody that's like gonna fetishize you, then that can actually like really hurt you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can set yourself up for some real trauma, and that's not good. So that's why a lot of trans people like to date other trans people because you're not going to be setting yourself up for that.
Yeah.
That's T for T for all of you folks that don't know. Now you know what T for T means. You got the hip scoop right here on Cornelius Van Gogh show. Justin Mom says, I think you've been hot at every step. Then again, I'm sapio. Oh, I got you. That's chill.
Sapiosexual. That's
Yeah.
like attracted to the brain.
Yeah. Like the person's like intellect.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I can dig that.
Fuck with that.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Let's see. What else sucks about being trans? I guess, yeah. More so it's like society. Finding where you fit in society again is really hard. Dating and relationships can be really hard, especially if you're not like if you don't have um, like a queer social group. Like if you're out just in the world, and especially if you're passing too, like um, it, you're gonna have a lot of awkward conversations with people, and when somebody starts like being into you, once you actually level with them, there's a pretty good chance that they're gonna be like, nah, I'm good. It's tricky. And then of course there's like the way that other people treat you. Um, when you do get clocked, that can be really dangerous. Uh, for me personally, I'm kind of like in that zone where I'm pretty androgynous, and I kind of like being in that zone. So like whenever I'm out and about, whatever people think I am, I just like let them think that. I just kind of go with it. Most people read me as male out in the world now, which is chill. Um, but I'm a they them. Like I've always been a they them. He him is fine in certain circumstances, especially around like my trans mask homies. I mean, gender is a construct anyway.
At the beginning of my transition, my goal was definitely to pass.
Mhm.
I was like, that's like the end goal.
Right.
But I mean, since starting tea and stuff, I feel like you start to realize it's not as black and white as that.
Yeah.
And the world's a gray place, and you can't control everyone's perceptions of you,
Mhm.
and especially people who are already kind of out to, misgender you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're looking for weird cues that the general population would not be looking for.
Right. They're the most obsessed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like you can't take an experience like that and attribute it to the rest of the world because most of the, people,
Right.
most people walk through the world not waking up and being like, hey, today I'm gonna look up I'm gonna find a trans guy and clock him.
Right. Yeah, most people aren't thinking that. And the people that are, like, that's not normal. Most people don't think that hard about it, I think. Like, even in places like really rural places, I end up in a lot of rural places for like work or traveling. And like, when I first started transitioning, I was actually like super afraid of getting hate crimed at some like dive bar in the middle of fucking nowhere. But like, as I continued to like walk in the world the way I used to, I realized that like literally most people are not going out for that kind of thing. Most people are just like kind of just minding their own business. Even in rural places where people aren't super cultured, like yeah, most people aren't like primed to seek out conflict with marginalized people.
Yeah, even saying that out loud is like funny.
I know. Yeah. It sounds so ridiculous when you say it like that. When it, yeah, just people going out to pick fights with people that are already struggling in society. Yeah, racism and homophobia and transphobia is such like a fucking base reaction to things, and it really is a phobia. It's a fear, and I am glad that this is a horizontal live stream because like the other day when I did my stream, I was streaming about the LA protest, and all of those new people just were coming in saying like really inflammatory shit about like I can't tell if this is a man or a woman or like gay or whatever, like all these stupid troll comments. And I was envisioning that that's how this stream was gonna go, where like half of the stream I would be sitting here arguing for like the validity of my existence from people that literally just are gonna come into the chat, drop some bullshit, and then leave. So like banning them doesn't even matter. Yeah, so I'm actually pretty okay with this. We got 31 people in chat. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. And all of you are great. If you're listening, if you're still here hanging out, drop an emoji. Say what's up. Hi. I'm gonna throw away my. Actually, I can't. We don't have a sharps container. What are we doing with these?
Yeah, I had asked Al about it.
Oh God.
And they just said she's keeping a collection on the top of their fridge.
Oh, I should have picked up a sharps container at CVS.
Yeah, I use a Gatorade bottle at home.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if I got an empty bottle somewhere.
Yeah, I guess I'll just. It's a window decoration now. We've got biohazard window decoration.
Yeah, just a T-boy house.
Whatever, yeah, it's part of the aesthetic.
It's classy.
I'm gonna put this shit away. What was your favorite part about T-boy wrestling, Blair? Whoops. What was the best part?
The best part?
Uh-huh.
It was probably meeting Chella Man.
Chella Man?
Yeah, and having him watch me win my wrestling match.
I don't know who that is.
He's this trans guy, artist, musician. He's deaf, he's deaf, so he has cochlear implants.
Okay.
So he advocates for like the disabled community and the LGBTQ community.
Oh.
So he's very like he's involved in multiple communities. So I think it's cool how he can combine those aspects of himself to do advocacy work. So it's pretty cool. And I had looked up to him since like middle school as like trans mask like Asian representation.
Dope.
And it was just like he's just someone that I've always like kind of almost shaped my transition around. And he was here 10 minutes, probably like 5 minutes before my match, Mish comes up to me and he's like, guess who? Because Mish had known like this was someone that I like had looked up to. And like 5 minutes before my match, he comes up and he's like, "You'll never guess who's in the crowd right now."
Damn.
And I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "Chillin', man." I'm like, "No fucking way!" Like as if I wasn't already like shitting my pants, like waiting for my match. You know, now it's like now
you have your fucking hero in the audience.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And then I took the W in front of him, so that was sick.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Right after my match too, I went out because he went outside, so I followed him out and I like talked to him for a little bit and like introduced myself.
Nice.
And like got a photo with him and stuff and just let him know like, hey, I've like looked up to you for so long, and just crazy full circle moment to think like people might be doing that same thing for me now.
Totally.
Like wrestling.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. That was probably that made my day. Obviously the whole day was great, but that was it just blew my mind.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's fucking sick. Holy shit.
I see some emojis here.
Yeah, we got some emojis. KL, Just Mom, Robbie, Roman, Lisa, Daily Meander, Robbie again. What's up? Moses Law, Floretta. How's it going, y'all?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I kind of want to smoke a cigarette. Bring you guys out to the park.
Yeah.
We're about at the halftime mark. I usually do like an hour. If any of you have any questions about what it's like to be trans from either me or Blair, or maybe some of other homies will show up at the park while we're smoking. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a fucking T-boy frat house. Anything could happen. I was gonna play y'all some mandolin at the beginning of the stream, but a couple of my strings broke. Because they were the wrong strings. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna talk at you, I guess. I usually open up my streams with a little
Musical intro.
Little bit, little noodling.
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Vibe.
Yeah, it's better than having like a theme song, I think.
Yeah, that's more like radio show kind of
Right.
thing.
I'm not that kind of streamer. I could be, I guess. Where's my fucking smokes? I think I left them in the van. These ones are. I'm gonna bring this in case I can't find them. Hell yeah. Questions, comments, concerns. Also, if y'all want to get down with the kickdown, you don't gotta be a baller to drop $1. There ain't no city like generosity, and there ain't no nation like donation. So go on and find those links in the description. I'll post them. Oh shit. I should have grabbed my other phone so I could post them. If one of my mods wants to post my money links, they should be listed in the description there. Sorry about the noise out here, and I'm so sorry that I that ain't what I'm looking for, though. Let me see. I don't know where my dang tobacco went. Let's see. Let's take a look. Wow, it's loud as fuck out here. I'll turn up my brightness a little bit. Alright, there we go. Ah, there we go. Justin Mom posted the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App link. I wonder, yeah. Hell yeah. If it works, it works. If you want to drop $1, fuck yeah, I'll shout you out in a second here. This is not my usual setting to stream, obviously, so I'm a little bit discombobulated. Okay, Patricia says, how old were you when you realized that you were trans? For certain, literally like fucking like 2 years ago, man. I mean, I've identified as non-binary and like gender queer since like for over 10 years now, something like that. Um, but I've talked about getting on HRT before, and like, you know, for those who have been following along with me on my channel and know my story more, like, you know that I struggled with alcoholism for a very long time, and with like self-destructive tendencies and whatever, suicidal ideation and whatnot. And I was kind of just like, a couple years ago while I was traveling, I was just trying fucking anything to stop feeling so horrible. And I was in this punk house in Chicago, and they had an HRT set up on the coffee table just like for the people, you know. And I was like, I think I'm gonna, today seems like a good day to start testosterone. So I did that. I got my first tee shot in a room full of punk squatters, and they all like clapped for me and shit. I was like, dude, this is unreal. Like, um,
Today is a gender day. Today's
Yeah.
feeling very gender.
yeah, today's feeling very starting HRT, and I've been on it for like, I want to say 2-3 years now. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. But
We're like brothers though.
dope.
I've been on it about 3 years. now, so,
Nice.
yeah, technically, it's like 3 years into puberty, pretty much.
Totally, yeah. We're on the same cycle of our second puberty at this point. Starting to get a little bit more of a beard. I've always had like some facial hair, but not like, I don't know. I never got my levels tested before I got on HRT, but I have a suspicion that I had like maybe slightly high testosterone levels for an AFAB person. And I don't think I've gained any muscle. I think I've just like lost weight a lot. Like, I used to work out a lot, but I also was drinking a lot, so I was like really big and fluffy, but also like a lot of muscle underneath that. I was built like a fucking barrel, right? Like, now I'm all like lean, and I haven't been working out, but I'm not weaker than I was when I was working out, that's for sure. Just Mom says tone and definition. Of course you're looking at the tone and definition, Just Mom. That's How old were you? Oh, yeah.
When I realized I was trans, probably around middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, middle school, because they start, introducing puberty talks
Right.
and all that uncomfortable kind of stuff. And it's like, obviously, those conversations as a 11-year-old are uncomfortable, but not in the way that like
Yeah.
we feel uncomfortable about. It's like the wrong puberty.
Yeah.
Like, as if puberty wasn't already uncomfortable, it's like triple uncomfortable, because it's like this isn't even the right one for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say it started around then. I didn't know the word for it until
Same.
finding people talking about it on the internet. And so after that, honestly, for a while I was like in a denial phase too,
Yeah.
because it was like realizing something like that. It's like as a 11-year-old thinking about how much your life would change, kind of, if like realizing that this is your path
Mm-hmm.
is a little overwhelming. So it's like I had a little denial phase where I would like look up on wiki answers, like on any forums. I'd be like, okay, how do you know for sure 100% that you're transgender?
Right. Nobody can tell you that.
And then half of them would be like, well, you're literally like begging on the internet for answers, like asking a million times, and it's like only you can answer that.
Definitely.
And if you're in denial, obviously you want the answer to be no, like you're not
Mhm.
transgender. But we got past that. We got past that.
Now that I look back, now that I know, like, there were so many signs. Like when I was like 4 or 5 years old, me and my dad would shave together. He got me like this little shaving like toy kit with like the cream. I'd borrow some of his cream and like do the little plastic like, and we would do that like every morning together. And he'd make jokes about like growing hair on my chest, like, oh, you're gonna grow into a big strong boy, and I'm like, yeah, but like he thought it was a joke, and I was like, yeah, dude.
No, yeah, that's real. That's real.
Uh-huh. Or like I remember when I was starting to go through puberty, I would look at like slightly older guys and be like, you know, what I would give to just like grow into that. Even like a mid guy, like I don't care. Like I just, you know, I
Like
would just be
freaking Paul
envious.
down the street. Like,
Yeah, like just some dorky fucking normal guy and be like, I wish I was that. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't even care if I was like fat or bald or ugly. Like I don't want to grow into a young woman. Like um and I guess like in keeping with the theme of things that like suck is just like not having any sort of like peers or guidance through that, because I grew up religious and I know you grew up religious too. Like I didn't even know what trans was until I was like 18 or 19 years old. um,
Yeah. There's no blueprint.
yeah.
Like, there's no instruction manual.
No.
You gotta, like, especially for if you're raised religiously, there's like an additional level of shame you have to deal with. Like,
Yeah.
the shame of your community, and then also, whatever personal shame you have around the concept. Like, it's definitely a lot. And it's complicated if, you like your religion.
Yeah.
Like, if you had, like, faith and stuff, and then some people are telling you parts of yourself aren't in line with this thing that you grew up as that made you happy and you had a community for.
Yeah. Let's go back inside where it's quieter and people can actually hear what we're saying, hopefully. Hope it's not too loud and chaotic out here. It's windy. Wind and the metro train ripping by. Yeah, there's a lot of shame in fundamental religion as well. Unlearning shame, not just with like the being queer stuff, but like in general, has been a really big thing in my adult life, I think. But I mean, like I've read the Bible cover to cover 3 times all the way through, but like a number of times otherwise, and like they didn't have like a concept of trans people back in that time. Like I'm sure there were like gender non-conforming, but they just didn't have the same ideology about gender back then as we do. You know, so like I don't think that. I mean, in all of the reading of the Bible that I've gone through, there's like absolutely nothing in there that would indicate that like being trans is against God or anything like that.
Yeah, there's nothing. They don't go into that realm. They don't touch on that. I would say probably Eastern religions touch on it a little bit more. Just because of the nature of their beliefs, I think. But for like Abrahamic religions, like that, the concept of gender being on a spectrum is not really touched upon.
No, it's not. And I mean, you know, if you're gonna get biblical about it, like God created us in His image, right? Like so. I mean, inherently, trans people are an iteration of God and the Holy Spirit. So it's like, you know, the way I see it, like we are the universe trying to experience itself, and if the language that makes people most comfortable is like we are all facets of God or creations of God or whatever, like that that's what it is. Like we're God incarnate, you know, filled with the Holy Spirit or whatever the lingo is, and that's something that is part of that experience. You know, not like anything that you um, want to be or become, as long as you know if you're not hurting anybody else or yourself, like being more what is the word I'm looking for? being more self-fulfilled, I think, is a godly act. Um, and I think a lot of people use the Bible to justify their uh, fucking prejudice.
That reminds me of you talking about um, that concept that Jesus could have been a trans man.
Jesus had to have been trans,
The way
dude.
you explained it, like, it makes sense.
Scientifically, yeah, people have written like theses about this shit, like, because if you accept that God was born of a virgin birth, then he only can have XX chromosomes. So, yeah, he can only have like female chromosomes.
Yeah.
Um,
But
so like,
there's no Y. There's no Y chromosome
No.
in the picture.
no, scientifically there can't be. So if you believe in a virgin birth, you also have to believe in trans Jesus. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. Jesus was trans. Tonya says, if indeed God is all, we are all God. It's a collective like a hive. Thousands of bees, but one hive. Sure, yeah, we're all kind of different facets of the same spiritual projection. Zoe's art says, hi, Corin, changed my channel's name, made a new one. Subscribed again, of course. Awesome. From Hungary. Yeah, I'm glad to have you back. Fuck yeah. Anybody else got questions? You have two real live trans dudes right here in front of you. You can ask questions, and we can't punch you in the face for being rude because
We're offering a premium service here.
it's a premium service. And if you like the service, actually, I'm gonna check my donos. If anybody wants to get down with a kick down, Jennifer already did. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. If anybody wants to get down with the kick down, it does help. We can buy more testosterone and shoot it into each other and become
Spread the woke agenda.
spread the woke agenda. Vote $1 in my PayPal to spread the agenda. Any negative side effects from tea? Like, I guess that's an interesting thing to talk about. Not so much like the effects themselves, but like one of the big things that really made me hold back on getting on tea for a long time was that so many people that aren't trans, like, all they would ever talk about to me were the negative side effects of tea. Even like allies, I guess, or like well-meaning people, even people that would be like dating trans men, they'd be like, "Oh, you're thinking about starting tea, right? Oh yeah, do you know what makes you stink really bad?" Like, and it's like, really? And it's like, "Oh yeah, Clyde, right? Clyde's a trans guy, and he stinks real bad." And I'd be like, "Oh no, I don't want to stink bad. Like, oh, it'll make your cunt weird, like, oh no." And it's now looking back, I'm like, that was such like an underhanded fucking thing for people to say, but they don't even know. They don't realize it. So like, if you're somebody that is going to start HRT, don't get all your advice from people that aren't on HRT. And I guess moving past that, like, there.
I mean, the way I see it is no one is asking teenage boys, like, hey, when you go through puberty, like, you're gonna have all these fucked up changes, like, so maybe you shouldn't do that.
Maybe you should.
So it's like, it's the same concept. Like, it's not like a choice for us to choose to not go through puberty.
Right. And if I hadn't started tea when I did, then I don't know if I would have made it another few years without, like, because I wasn't able to quit drinking until like after I'd been on tea for a while and kind of had space away from that kind of trauma of not being authentic with myself. And that made room for me to fix other aspects of my life as well. So I honestly don't know how much longer I would have survived. So it's like, it really isn't a choice. But yeah, as far as like actual negative effects of testosterone go, like,
I would say it got more sweaty. Like, I got sweaty. I guess when I was like maybe the first year, I would experience like getting angry.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of, not like angry like at someone else really, but like, I think the anger at myself that I had already been feeling was like increased just like from hormonally
Like
being on T.
intensified.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Do you feel like that evened out after a while?
yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely after the first year, I think things got easier.
I feel like that's a pretty common like male puberty experience.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think it parallels that.
yeah. Like I remember when my little brother started going through puberty, he was just like really emotional for like a good year, and then things kind of leveled out. Um, for me, I kind of had the opposite when I started tea. Like I feel like it actually really mellowed me out. Um, I was always like a really intense and angry person, and for whatever reason, being on tea like softened me up a lot. Like it really made me like just a softer, kind of more tender person, which is counterintuitive, I guess.
Well, I don't think counterintuitive, but I think it's like people don't hear this information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just think, oh, testosterone man,
Yeah.
like everyone just gets big and hairy and angry.
I mean, there is toxic masculinity. If you're a toxic guy and you go on tea,
You're still
then
gonna be toxic.
exactly, it's you still have shit to work through. For me, like, I had a lot of problems with myself that getting on HRT like kind of cleared up. Um, yeah, and I don't feel like I got smelly. I think I smell better now, honestly.
I think I smell different.
Different for
It's
sure.
different. It's like when they say, well, I mean, this happened to me. Like my dog treats me differently now.
Oh yeah.
Just because they're sensitive to smell, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's like it's not like they're meeting a new person, but they notice you're changing.
Uh-huh.
So they do like. I think my dog likes me better.
Your dog's a man's man.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Cute. Yeah, huh. I was kind of
Weird.
yeah.
Yeah, hormones are very weird.
Hormones are powerful, man. Like I was not expecting to suddenly not want to be dead every day. Like just and it was literally like the next day after after my first hormone dose like
I was glowing.
yeah.
Yeah, just like mentally. Obviously, the changes were not.
Right.
Nothing's changed really, but
Mm.
like mentally, like the day after, I just went for a walk. Like the sun was it was so warm, so bright, like on my skin.
Oh.
I found like a huge stick, like a huge wizard staff kind of stick, and I was just walking around, like just feeling great.
That's perfect. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of guy friends my age that I suspect are experiencing like lower levels of T, and like it really is an epidemic with like 30-plus-year-old men, especially ones that haven't gotten married and had kids. Like I've got messages from different close friends being like, man, I'm all right, but like sometimes they're just like I've just been stuck in this like depressive spiral, and I feel so sad. Like, what is the point in my life? Like, I should be married, I should have kids, and it's like they're having this midlife crisis kind of situation. And like in my mind, I'm like, bro, that sounds like a hormonal issue. Like, and I tell them, get your T levels checked. Like, you don't have to suffer because that's nature. Like, that's not, hormone therapy is good for everybody. And yeah, I don't know, gender affirming care is good for everybody whether you're trans or not. I am done. Kicked down on the super chat. Thank you so much. Zoe's art says, when you see your old self before tea, is it now another person, or how does it feel? I mean, yeah, I'm the same person as before, but without all of that, those extra layers of suffering. Like if you watch older videos of me, you can see if you look, and I don't talk about this a whole lot, because it's like I don't want to bring people down. But if you look, you can see that I'm like suffering inside. I'm like dead inside, and yeah, it's like it's kind of like seeing a glimpse of myself, but like obscured by a few layers of like glass and mirrors or whatever, like it it looks like a wonky ass version of me to me, you know, or like you know me from a different dimension or something, I guess. Before I was able to like really find myself and see myself. Desert Dad says I'm on HRT for menopause. That's cool. Hopefully it's working out for you. That's good. Yeah, a lot of folks are. All right, we got 10 minutes left of stream. If y'all want to get down with the kickdown, there are links in the description. I have my phone with me now, so I can post links. And if you have a question for Blair here, feel free to ask him. Okay, I gotta pull up my shit here.
If I were to answer that question that you answered, I would say, I think for the most part, like that person lives in me still.
Yeah.
Obviously, like physical changes have happened, but I do have like I really like in terms of meeting people and interacting with people. I really like eyes, and I think when you're on testosterone or estrogen or any hormone, your eyes don't change, even though other parts of your face may change. So I think that's nice. It's like a nice aspect where you can look back at older photos and you still see those same eyes looking at you. And I think that's nice.
That is interesting. Yeah. I mean, your face shape changes and stuff, but like, I think your eyes do change, but like, for me, it was more like, I looked back at pictures of myself and like, I see nothing behind my eyes. Like, I just, you know, my eyes are just, they look sad and dead. Like, you know, I'm like dead inside. I was fully dead inside.
Like, you can tell where you are.
Yeah.
At what stage you're at
Mm-hmm.
through looking at your eyes.
Mm-hmm. So you feel not you? I'm confused. Like not you in reference to before or after? Like,
well, I mean, it's the same as, say, are you the same before or after you went through puberty?
right.
Like yes and no.
Yes and no. Yeah. You're a more actualized version of yourself. Like a better, like leveled up kind of version of yourself. And I'm giving up posting links right now. I mean, I need my computer for this shit. I don't want to fucking fuck with all that. I'm gonna look and see if anybody got down with Kickdown on Cash App though.
They asked to explain more.
Would you explain more? I think that was in reference to what I just answered, but you go right ahead if you have something you want to say.
Let me think. Well, I think my personality, I've always been, yeah, yeah. No, definitely, I think almost everyone's motivations for getting on hormones is to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone, and that kind of goes for everyone in the world, where it's like if you don't feel good, like you want to do something to make yourself feel better.
Right. Like if you struggle with long-term depression, you get on.
Like mental health.
Yeah.
Just like any other kind of affliction.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Glad
Oh
we
yeah.
could.
Glad we could help.
Yeah.
Just posted my PayPal link if anybody wants to be a fucking baller. It does help. And if anybody has any more questions, you are currently having access to 2 trans people right now that are willing to answer your questions. Even if they're a little bit rude, we'll be cool about it. Now's your chance.
I love to talk about my experience just because it doesn't come up in, casual supermarket, grocery store conversations.
Right. And in this setting, it's relatively safe. You know, it's not like we're at a bar talking to some, like, half-drunk fucking, guy that it could be anybody. Yeah, it could be a chaser. It could be a weirdo. Who knows? Like, if anybody in my chat started saying, like, hate stuff, then I could just ban them, and it's no big deal, and I won't lose sleep over it. Are you 2 dating? No.
When did we meet? Actually, we met at the first wrestling.
Yeah.
No, we were at the wrestling events together, but I think I introduced myself to you at the island.
Yep.
Island event.
Yep. We had a really good conversation about all sorts of stuff. And I told him about my time at Slab City and being an anarchist librarian a bit. And you have, was that your boyfriend? Or was that your buddy that you were with?
At the island? No, I'm single.
Okay.
So I think that was that was a friend from college actually. We didn't know each other then.
Okay.
We connected again after. I was like, hey, like you're trans too, like
That's so
you should come
cool.
to this event.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
These people are super cool and yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hello. What's up?
Hello.
Hi. Fucking A. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Somebody did kick down on the Cash App. Let's see who it was. Yeah, right now we're in Oakland. Oh, that was Sharon the other day. Okay. Thanks again, Sharon. Yeah, we're in Oakland. That's where the T-Boy wrestling event was. And I'm gonna be here for Pride as well. Are you gonna be here for Pride or are you heading out?
I'm here for Pride.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing for Pride. Are we just wrestling or what?
Yeah, I'll be wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think I'm doing too. I didn't really. Mish was like, "Are you down to stick around for Pride?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then that was the end of the conversation. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, he said something about representation because I'm handicapped, so that's cool. I'll represent handicaps.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's the Trans Liberation Block Party.
Dope. Trans Liberation Block Party. Crossroads says sound is low. I know. I didn't bring the cable for my mics. Sorry about that, y'all.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, y'all. Who's having a good Pride month? Raise your hand if you're having a good Pride month. Let's go. Also, get your thumbs out your ass and hit that thumb button. Where is it? Somewhere up in here. Hit the thumb button. Somewhere in this vicinity. Go ahead. I want to see that number in the corner here for me. Go up. All right. Let's go. There we go. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, this screen turned the way we like it.
Exactly. I'm so glad.
Me too. You like it too.
Yeah, that was weird though, because at no point setting up the stream did I select landscape because it has not been working. And then I hit go live while the phone was tilted upright, and it usually, if it's upright when it's set to landscape, it'll say like tilt your phone or whatever. It didn't say that. It just went live, and if you go back and watch the beginning of the stream, you'll see it's like sideways. It's a goddamn clusterfuck. I fucking hate it here, but I love you guys. That's why I'm here. So, yeah. When there's a better platform, I'll let y'all know. Oh hell yeah!
Pride. Happy Pride.
Yeah, just Mom, Brittany, Bruisey Boy, Desert Dad, Bands, I'm Done, Roman. Fuck yeah. How many? Okay, I know there's lurkers in here. Lurkers, make yourselves known. Say hi. Lurkers, and then you can go back to lurking. No worries. You don't ever have to come in here and
just ask like the most mundane question ever. Like, what's your favorite friggin'
lurkers ask?
Store?
Yeah, lurkers ask us a stupid ass question. Hey.
Ask us the dumbest question. Like, just ask us the dumbest question you can think of.
Dumbest question.
We'll answer it seriously.
We'll take you 100% seriously. Yeah. Rod Ostrich is in chat. What's up? 2? Fuck yeah. Justin Mom says, did your taste buds change after tea?
I don't think so.
I
think mine changed after getting COVID, but...
Oh, yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it.
That's a different thing.
My appetite definitely changed. I always, like, before tea, I would overcompensate because I wanted to have higher tea levels. So I would eat, like, a lot of red meat and, like, nuts and iron and, like, fucking... take supplements and shit. Yeah, I guess I eat a lot more, and I've also been eating, like, I think quitting drinking was a big part of it too, though, because I was getting so much carbs and calories and sugars and stuff from alcohol. Now, like, and back then I wouldn't eat like carbs or sugar. I ate super duper clean to like balance the insane amounts of alcohol consumption. Now I eat a lot of carbs and I'm skinny, which is kind of cool. I eat a lot of red meat, but I haven't been eating as much meat lately either. I kind of thought that I would have more of an appetite for meat and like red meat and stuff, but I've honestly been eating vegetarian a lot of the time, which is super weird. I'm just a different kind of guy, man. I guess like
I can kind of really. I don't think I crave meat any more than when I started tea. So it's not like a girl like fucking
right,
like start tea. Suddenly start thinking about me all the
right.
time.
I
But
need me some steak. We did have steak last night though.
yeah, no, that was good. But I
Awesome.
do. I think my body does. I have noticed like I do crave fat.
Yep.
Like the concept of like
Yeah.
I love before tea I wasn't really like a milk drinker.
Uh huh.
But now like I love a glass of like whole milk.
Totally.
Like it just I don't know, some kind of Freudian milk concept thing going on here. But I love I enjoy milk now. So
Okay.
I'm coming out as a milk drinker.
I do relate to the craving fat more. Like, I always was kind of into a high fat, sort of high protein diet, but like now it tastes like candy to me, you know?
It's like it just satisfying.
Mm.
Just satisfying.
Yeah, your body just like runs on it.
Maybe it's just the dense amount of calories in a short amount of time.
That's probably it, yeah.
That's satisfying. But yeah, no, I got a bottomless gut.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's so funny. Yeah, I guess my metabolism has changed a lot too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's super nice. I really don't mind that. Also, another good thing about being on T is no more period. That's pretty
Mm.
dope. Um, that's actually really dope. I don't miss that. The Freudian milk cravings. You just want to milk that titty. Honestly, though, that is one thing. I've never in my life have I been a visual, like, horny person. Like, I just never was into porn or anything like that. Like I get it, but I would never watch porn to like jerk off or whatever. But now I see like a nice rack on TV, and I'm like, I need to go and take care of myself. Like I've never in my life, but now you see a fucking big old pair of milkers, and you're like, damn, like
I'd
what?
say damn half the time. It's like damn.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just something about it like just hits my brain, and then I have to like really rein in my thoughts and not have like gross thoughts about people that I literally don't know. Like
I just have to start thinking of it as like anatomically, all right, like what's the cross section of this? Like
right.
what's going on? Like just scientifically to
Like,
quell the.
yes, we've got the mammary glands
Yeah.
and the fat layer.
Until it gets like a little too scientific to
Right.
sexualize it.
Yeah, you got to do the boner killer by over quantifying. That's so funny. I totally do that too, though. Just boner killer. Yeah, I never had to do that to myself before, but now it's like I'm glad that I don't have like a visible boner because I would have one a lot probably.
It seems inconvenient.
Yeah,
Seems a little inconvenient.
yeah. At least with being a trans guy, you can like control that a little bit, you know.
I've had friends in middle school they have embarrassing stories, like cis male friends in middle school about like getting like boners in class and stuff. And like, that sounds tough.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
But you know the trick, right? You got to tuck it up into your belt line
fold
there.
it up.
Can you imagine being in fucking like fifth grade class and you have to tuck your fucking dinky up in your fucking belt? Like no, dude.
Like
That's awful. How could you like? That sounds like a lot. Patricia says maybe this is too loaded of a question, but what advice would you give to the parents of a teen who is confused about their sexual orientation and makes suicide attempts like my grandchild did? Get them to an LGBT center immediately, and get them a doctor that is LGBT aware and friendly.
I think school too, figuring out a support system within school because you're spending like as a kid, you spend a lot of time in school.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of those interactions at school really kind of affect a mental state during that time. So I would say like school counselor or like there's a lot of great teachers like out there who it's like you could maybe go talk to,
right,
confide in.
or a queer therapist. That would be huge. Like even just the fact that you're asking that question is really really good because like not only do you accept them, but you're also like actively trying to help them, which is really cool. Like me growing up, I would never have I never had any of that. Like it was always just like something that was never talked about at all. Yeah, and that's really hard. But the fact that they're comfortable explaining or leveling with you like that and you want to help them is really really cool. So like the biggest thing honestly is just to love and accept this person and listen to them. Don't try to tell them that what they're feeling isn't true or like invalid in any way. Like just believe them. Like if they say like yeah I think I'm a guy or yeah I think I am queer or whatever, like just be like okay thank you for sharing that with me, like let's figure it out, let's get you some support, you know. That's the Trevor Project Trans Helpline. Yep, that's a good one to have on hand. Danielle says that's really awesome that testosterone can do that to the brain. Amazing thing about science. Yeah, man, like hormones are chemicals in your body and they affect your brain chemistry and how things work. It and we're just now still learning a lot about that. And unfortunately, because of the way that society is, they want to suppress scientific exploration of gender and sex, and it's really being targeted right now. That's a big one that sucks in society about being trans is just like the suppression of information because other people are uncomfortable with the way that other people are. Yeah, we need to just normalize and destigmatize other people's unique experiences and identities. We don't have to turn our brains into pretzels to understand how that shit works. Just respect people. Holy shit, we made it to an hour. Great. Let's see if anybody else got down with the kicked out. If you have any more questions, now's your chance. We got 5 more minutes, bitches. Let's go. Let's fucking go. And this is your not PC trans YouTube personality.
The most controversial question ever.
Yeah. Yeah, ask me a stupid question. I demand it. This whole stream has been entirely too respectful. You guys, you gotta push it a little bit. I won't ban you, I promise. I won't. Not unless you like tell me to kill myself or something, which does happen. Not from regulars, obviously, but from trolls. So, yeah. Actually, yeah, pretty much like every stream I get some fucking transphobic trolls. That's part of the game, baby. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Eating my salad a lot.
Good. Eat your veggies. You'll grow big and strong.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah, like us. I actually like every time I try to flex on my stream, I'm just like I can't. I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna be the dipshit flexing on my live stream.
Prince was having me try and flex when he was taking those fisheye photos.
Oh yeah.
He was like, all right, make a mean face, and I think I just smiled.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I can't really do.
Oh dude, okay, so
Well.
yeah, it's hard. I can't take myself seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, how many autistic trans folks have you met? I'm curious.
Dude, it's like
Every single. I wasn't gonna. Like literally every single one. I would like to see a study come out about like the link between trans people and autism because like I was sitting here like thinking the other day and I'm like I don't know if I can name a single trans person that doesn't have at least like some spectrumy qualities. Like
the Venn diagram is just one circle.
it is.
Just one circle.
That is a really funny ass question, Roman. Thank you so much for that. That's delightful. Also, I did like there was this new study that came out like last year, because previously, people thought that because like people thought that men mostly got autism. Like it wasn't until like 10 years ago that it was like, oh, actually autism affects all genders. So they thought that it was like a testosterone related thing. But what they found out last year is that it actually originates during one of the estrogen baths that you have in the womb. Because, like, while you're a fetus, you know, you don't have your gender yet. You get a certain amount of hormone washes that changes you into the gender that you're born as. Um, so during like one of the estrogen hormone washes while you're in there, that is where they pinpointed autism kind of emerging. So it's like, you know, before you even get your binary gender, your assigned gender at birth, you're autistic. And
Assigned autism at birth.
assigned autistic at birth, baby. But also like that would explain in a way why so many trans people are autistic. Like they don't know what exactly it is in that moment, but like I don't know, like the way that people are trans too is that like there's not the correct or not the correct amount of like hormone baths while you're a fetus. Um, so there's like some discrepancy in like what would make you the binary gender that your brain is wired to be versus you know whatever like it yeah I don't know it's I'm not a scientist but it's interesting stuff and we're just learning about why people are the way that they are and why trans people are trans. And you know, there's really no right or wrong way to exist or be born. Like none of us has to be born, right? And like we're the ones that came up with correct genders, like you know binary, like male and female. Even though there is clearly physically a spectrum of of sexes, not just male and female. And I've talked about that a lot in my LGBTQ series, and I'll talk about it again in the future. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, there's no right gender. You know, it just is. We're all just out here existing.
I think some people just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just the concept of not thinking about it much and just like it's something that's part of your automatic life versus for us something that's part of like the forefront of something that's not matching up with our personality or something like something isn't working.
I think
it's like we gotta figure out what that part is.
I think a lot of that is society too, and just like these created
like
roles
the
and expectations.
pillars of society, like there's all these little filters and neat little bins that certain people fit into.
Yeah,
but,
and like a lot of them, maybe even like most of them.
Yeah, I would say so.
But just because most people fit into these categories doesn't mean that that's like the right way to be.
Yeah, yeah.
I got like some fucking piece of sand in the back of my throat. It's driving me crazy.
I was looking at your soda pop too. It's got a little trans flag on it.
Oh my god, it totally does, dude.
Opposite trans flag.
Low key, almost trans flag there. Yes, we got trans pride bubblies.
Trans bubblies. This I am done says was a doubter once but changed my mind.
That is exactly why I do what I do. Thank you for reassuring me. That's beautiful, man. We love a new ally. Anybody else in chat here? A fresh new ally? And what have you learned on my channel? Just be careful. Don't drop the stream. Hey, Sam's in chat. Yeah, chat.
Pink triangle.
Tell me about what how you've been able to learn about trans identities through my channel. Like how have I helped you and what can I do better? And I'm gonna go get a fresh bevy and you can ask Blair anything you want. Just don't be a dick.
I know you're gonna come back, they're gonna be all saying
You're gonna be crying and I'm gonna be like, what happened? we got here?
Actually, we did get one hate comment.
We got a hate comment. Oh, of
Yeah.
course. The moment I leave.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
No, someone.
Did my mod already got it? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a person pretending to be me.
Are they named Cornelius Ving?
They are. That's funny. Well, I hope the comment was worth it. That's crazy. An hour and 15 minutes, and we got one fucking troll. That's beautiful. What a wonderful day. What a good day, guys. I'm so glad hit them because they were posing at you. Yeah, good catch. Yeah. I love it when people do that. It's so funny. It's actually flattering. There was a stream like it was like a couple years ago, and it was one of the first ones that I was talking about being trans, and I got raided. Like somebody must have posted on like some forum or something.
Some anti-trans forum.
I got like
4chan
it was like 100 or so people. They just kept coming in my chat, and they were just like posting, like basically just saying kill yourself like over and over again, and it totally ruined my entire stream. I had to shut it down, and I was like, fuck. What do I do now? So yeah, as far as hater comments go, that's pretty tame.
It's like you're looking pathetic too. It's like that means they're checking in on you every day.
Yeah,
Keeping tabs on you.
yeah, it's funny. Sam says, I just woke up and yup, I'm still queer. Hey, congratulations.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Another day, another slay. Justin Mom says, you educated all of us on they them pronouns. Yeah, that was a fun series, man. Like, you know, that was always a big part of who I was, but like coming out and doing a series was really fun, especially since like over the years I've gotten a lot of fans that follow me for the adventures, and they didn't really know a whole lot about me personally, and just being like, you know, fuck off transphobes and let the trash kind of sort itself out. That was a lot of fun. Ooh. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Today's stream has been nice. Usually we get a flood of trolls. Yeah, great stream, folks. Cheers.
Sideways.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because then only the people that are like actually interested in the topic are gonna find it. Whereas when it's vertical, you know, it gets suggested in people's feeds, and they're just doing like rapid fire, like scrolling. Like they're not looking for anything. They're just doom scrolling. I can't abide by that. I don't like it, and it sucks to watch for folks that actually like to watch. You know. I am done says agree it was. Sam, fuck yeah. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna fuck right off because I got shit in my throat. It's making it all tickly. And I don't like it. I'm gonna drink some kratom about it. That sounds good. Alright. I love you guys. If you want to get down with the kickdown, again, there's links in the description. I am broke as a joke, as usual. And if you want to, you know, I got food. I'm good. Satan's good. But, you know, it'd be nice to buy some drugs once in a while. Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. No, whatever. You don't give a fuck. It's fine. Actually, yeah. Fuck. I talked about this on my stream a couple days ago, but all that money that y'all kicked down to me before I headed out of LA went right to medical supplies and ice packs and stuff for folks during the protests, and I'm so grateful for that, for you guys, and it really means a lot. Like, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. So it's nice. It's nice to have a stream with just the regulars and folks that actually want to be here. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you have a fucking fantastic day. I'll see you later.